Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy Iggy. Coming here from Iggy's Loudmouth podcast, live in studio. As y'all can see right above me, T-Real Media. We chilling. It's been a minute since I had to sit down, but it's been a minute since I sat down with this gentleman right next to me too. So we had to bring it back around nicely. But first, before we get started, y'all make sure y'all hit subscribe, like, comment, share, do all the fun stuff. Iggy's Loudmouth Podcast. You can find me on Spotify. You can find me on Apple. You can find me on all the things. So make sure y'all tune in as I continue. But yeah, man, we'll get started and get going and let the gentleman next to me introduce himself, and then we'll get going from there.
What can I say?
You can say it all, brother.
Man, it's the one and only KB. Some people might know me as KB. Or KB Brown. But yeah, man. We in here.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
good to
Long
see you,
time,
brother.
man. Always, bro. Always.
Man, so KB is I gotta give you a flowers, man. You've been supporting the podcast for a minute, bro. Like,
Man, always.
Since
the beginning.
since really the beginning, that ass. So like, I appreciate
Well,
that.
I think this is what is it 3?
Third, I think.
Yeah,
it's
this
your
the third one.
This is your third
Oh, you bring
episode.
me back on as a regular.
Yeah, you a regular, bruh. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Vlad and Boosie.
Yeah, hey, yeah, for sure, absolutely. Yeah, we could run it like that. Boy, Boosie, boy, he got Vlad on speed. But anyways, yeah, no, for real, like, and also you was one of the first ones where we had the open conversation about mental health as far as like black men. That was a new thing when we did that on the live with me.
And that's
You and
crazy. That's
CZ7
been
and,
4 years.
Yeah. Like, that's crazy that was like, that's kind of what I want to say. That's where it started for me as far as openly talking about shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I remember, like, I always draw back to that when I'm having even conversations now with people. It's kind of like, damn, that was like the first time. It wasn't even really, not to say it was supposed to be like that, but it kind of turned into that when we were talking about just processes of working on music and shit. So, I appreciate that, man. I gotta give you your flowers for that. You've been one of the day ones.
Yes,
just for people that didn't know that, but for the people that did, make sure we get a respect. You know what I mean? So what you been up to, man? I know you've been a little bit more active this year.
yeah.
A little bit more active this year.
For sure.
So what's
man? I don't even know where to start, man. I got married this year.
Yeah, congratulations,
man,
brother. Let's get a high. Woo! I don't have no drink champ shit. Like that.
What a horn at. Yeah. I'm about 90 days in.
90 days in.
Yeah, man.
All right, newlywed, man.
Yeah,
All right,
man,
respect.
newlywed,
How's it been?
Man,
Much of a change at all? Really?
Nah, it ain't really no change. It's just the paperwork.
Yeah, I
the
feel
paperwork. That's the most annoying thing.
Yeah, I feel that.
Pretty much, we already been together close to 11 years. So.
Oh yeah, so it's just
man. It's just switching everything over. Yeah, man.
I think it's good that you. All right, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about marriage.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about it.
Because it's not really talked about a lot, especially in our generation. And if it is, it's negative. Everybody's like, "Oh, wow, we will get married."
This is the topic that need to be discussed.
Yes. So let's talk about it, bro.
Yeah,
I'm divorced. I talk about it all the time. It's not. I'm not against marriage though. You know what I mean? I understand it better now for sure.
Right.
Absolutely now, especially getting out of it. But I think I'm not against it at all. I think, but I think a lot of people look at it.
It's a lot of work. But
Yeah. So what's your perspective on it? What made you so when did you decide to marry her? When was that decision made for you? That's like a man question. We always supposed to know, like when we know, you know what I mean?
Let me see. I think the top of 2021.
Okay.
And it was actually like after my 30th birthday party.
Okay.
The surprise. Yeah, you was there.
Yeah. I was.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And I was just thinking like the amount of effort a person has to do to put something together like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. It's just something just it clicked in my mind to say like, man, for someone to put something special together for me like that to that extent. I was just like, man, she has to be the one. I'm just naming like an instance, but it was more so the saying like, man,
The overtime.
what am I missing at this point? Like we've been together all this time, and it just feel like if I didn't marry her, I just kind of I'd be doing a disservice. And so I had to get out of that the phase of okay, I want to pop off and rap before 30. I want to do this and do that. I want to do all this while I'm before 30. And like I know that's who I want to be with, but it's just kind of like, hold on, let me do this first. So then once reality just started smacking me in my face, and you're like, Yeah. And you just kind of see how time changed. The people you think that's with you, they really not with you.
Yeah.
And then it's just always the one that's remaining, like staying right there in your corner. And then, so that whole year I had just been planning, just saying like, I didn't know when I was gonna do it, but I just felt like I needed to do this. I mean, I don't know, because sometimes they say like, you know, I mean like, it be times they'll say like, when you know. It's like I knew, but I just wasn't prepared to take on the road. And that's like two different things.
That's
like,
totally different. Great point, bro.
Yeah, man. I was just like, man, for me to lead a family, I have to be able to provide financially. I have to be in a great mental space. I have to be able to be that protector. And I just felt like before then, I wasn't capable of doing it.
Yeah.
But then it was just kind of like, I felt like I need to have all these ducks in a row. But then after a while, I just was like, man, fuck it. I'm just going to take what I got and just roll with it. Yeah. But then, so around like Christmas time, so I told her cousin I was going to wait till around like Christmas or rather the New Year to propose. But then she was telling me that she was pregnant. I was like, damn.
Hell yeah. That's a curve motherfucking ball, goddammit.
I was just like, well, instead of me waiting, I might as well go on and do it now since I already had it in the works.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's how I planned. I mean, from day one, I knew she was the one. It was just all about just getting myself together to be the man that I needed to be. Actually.
For sure. I feel that, bro. It's crazy that, I think the time of, over time. And then, like you said, when you are have ambition for something or when you wanted something, a lot of times.
Because, man, you thinking, man, I want to be a superstar rapper, man. I don't want to just throw myself all the way in yet. And just like, man, I got different stuff I want to do and all that. Being married, that's going to slow me down. But that's what I thought. But what I'm going through, that ain't slowing me down none.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
It's just all about, it's the perception and mindset that you have.
If it's the right one, it shouldn't slow you down.
Nah, it ain't slowing me down at all.
She's gonna be part of your purpose anyway. You feel me?
Right.
And I think the time over time, like she was part of that anyway. I'd be the same way. We understand. We see something. We want to make sure one we get there, but also we right. We supposed to be where we supposed to be.
Right.
In our lives to lead a family or to lead somebody that's committed to you lifelong. But I also think, I'm glad you got to the point where you made that decision, because even if you were a superstar rapper, you're going to be around a lot of people that don't know you. So you have some people in your corner that do.
Fact.
And it's very helpful. Obviously that's very helpful. But not only that, that's like a crazy foundation to have and help you stay balanced. You know what I'm saying?
Man, just keep me level-headed.
If we being real, a lot of the rappers that we know are married. You know what I'm saying? They be talking wild. But they married up, they wiped up, they booed up. You know what I mean?
And I just learned this like in the last probably a year or two. Like I never would have thought like Fat Joe was married or Juvenile.
Yeah.
Man, it's
That's a lot of them.
It's a lot of them.
It's a lot of them married, bro. They all got a lot of them got wives.
Just all about just like dividing the two and don't let it like
intertwine.
Yeah.
There's a understanding. Like I said, if it's the right partner, you know, I think that's what marriage is supposed to be. And I think it's a lot of times there's an emotional state of marriage. Like people think it's full of love, but love is an emotion that goes up and down. So
right.
the time that you have with a person allows you to understand what is my life without them, and then what is it with them. You know what I'm saying?
And then plus, man, I needed that balance because, so from a career standpoint, when everything was on the up and up, it seemed like everything else in my life was on a down spiral. Like I'm just to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like relationship on the rocks.
Yeah.
Family issues.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like everyone was just coming together to support me, but and support my cause and what I was doing. But it's just like I'm focused on a career and everybody trying to help me out, but then at the same time, I'm paying attention to what's going on around me, but then again, I'm not paying attention to what's going on around me. And then, like, once I took that hard look in the mirror and just started step back from the mirrors and just look around and see what, and just look around and see what I was seeing, I'm like, damn, man, I've been blind this whole time. Like, this ain't nothing that just happened overnight. Like, this been brewing like for the last probably three, 4 years. But I was just so focused on music, I couldn't give my attention to nothing else. And then when you nerves this and start everything else, disaster. And then when you have that moment, it's gonna hit you hard. And when it hit me hard.
I feel that.
It hit me hard.
I feel that. Nah, that's what's up, man. I think the mental state that you mentioned, as far as like before marriage and now that you're in marriage, have you felt like any shift in that, as far as where you are with that? You feel any more heavier, any lighter?
I say one thing that's been helping me a lot is I've been in therapy almost 2 years.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So whatever I'm feeling heavy, I always have that to fall back on. But I'm just the type of person, I don't really let too many things bother me.
Yeah, I feel you.
If it's a problem, I'm gonna automatically find a solution for it.
Yeah.
And I just learned not to take stuff personal and have patience with people and things.
Yeah.
So, and I say, like, before therapy, man, I couldn't.
You think being in therapy helps you get to the point where you could be married?
Yeah, of course. Sure. Like, I got in therapy maybe like a month before I proposed.
Okay.
And just like, I was already ready to make the transition, but it was just kind of hard to find my way to making my way around to doing so. Like, okay, I know this is what I want, but I don't know the steps to actually to move forward. Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up.
But yeah, I keep my mental intact, man. That's the most important, because if I don't do that, man, I'm setting my family up for failure.
Hell yeah, you ain't lying, bro.
So if I crash, everybody else crash.
Yeah. I think that's probably one of I wish I would have did before I got married, is get true counseling. I didn't really understand myself, though, until during and while being married. And then as I was learning myself, that's where, some of the distance became more evident. But, I mean, I can't accredit that to nothing but just life, you know what I mean? Learn stuff as you go. But that's one thing I wish, and I'm glad you said that, is like, I wish I would have took time to get some therapy, focus on my mental health, who I am, what triggers me, what things I need to work on before I can get into a relationship where somebody's dependent on my emotional state.
Oof.
You know what I mean? Especially when you got kids, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
big
it's
boy
very,
talk.
very important. You know what I mean? It's very important. So that's shit I learned after. You know, now I can say that shit now, but I wasn't in that state before. There's none of that shit I just said I could have said before I got married because I didn't even know none of that. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking, this is what I'm
Man,
supposed
let's
to do.
it.
Yeah,
let's
do
do
it. This is what I'm supposed to do. Like, you know, I didn't want to. I wanted to commit to it, but I didn't understand the emotional states to who I am as a man, what properties I carry, and
Boundaries and
and all that. That's very important before
yeah,
you
man.
get into.
that's very important.
Yeah, because if you don't know that, then you are set yourself up.
You're
for
gonna
failure.
lose your mind.
Yeah, you set yourself up for failure.
And you're gonna crash out.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I'm glad you said that. It's dope that, you know, somebody that's on the journey you're on and working on your music and elevating, you know what I'm saying, in that lane, but also committing to this ideal because, like I said, there's so many people that's what we do that argue that or like they're like, man, I'm anti-marriage or they don't believe in it. And yes,
I mean, at one point, that's what I thought.
I think a lot of people. I think a lot, especially black people. You know what I mean?
That's the norm.
Yeah,
like in our
yeah.
society.
Yeah, it's especially now. I mean, we come up in a generation where we have.
No, man, I don't want to get married. She gonna take half, man.
Yeah. We seen a lot more divorce at our age. Like that wasn't really happening in the 70s and 80s. So like as we getting older, that was happening. We saw a lot more
It's
divorce.
equal rights now. Like women don't have to stick around and be quiet.
Nah, they don't. They can slide on you.
Yeah.
Real talk.
This ain't different.
And the laws is definitely catered to them. You know what I mean? So it's you know, that's, and I think a lot of men, like, we know that, you know what I'm saying? So signing up on that line is just as, you know, I think women feel like when they get married, they giving up so much, you know what I'm saying? And we giving up a lot too.
Man, you giving up more than probably what you think you is.
Yeah. Like I said, bro, I can tell you, you know what I mean? So,
but it's just like, I just, the way I see it, you just, you get in with you get out what you put in.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it really got to be both sides, not giving 50-50, both sides giving 100%.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Some days it ain't gonna be no 100%. Some days it might be 20-80
and 80
or 10-90.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster for sure, I think.
But I just know I wouldn't want to be on this journey with nobody else.
Yeah.
And being married gave me like this tunnel vision to say like, man, I can't give up because I got other people that's depending on me. Like my actions and what I do, they affected by it. So
yeah, for sure.
I'm a reflection of them. So that's how I just look, how I move and groove throughout life now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. So I just always keep that in mind. So
yeah. Do you feel like you and your wife have like good communication about some of that as far as like the you know, music and shit, like?
Oh yeah. See, I think at one point it just kind of got rocky because I admit, like, at one point I wasn't involving her like in my career like as I should. It's just kind of like doing shows, not even telling her, or she found it out on social media and all that. And you like, man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then I think she kind of just started bagging away, like we going out to eat. Somebody just approached me like, hey, bro, like, damn, bro, she just want to be out with me and just have some quality time without somebody coming up to me. And after a while, I just realized that really started to bother her, like, more than what I thought. Just like, man, you should be happy like these folks on my music and all that, man. Yeah. But I got to look at it from her standpoint, too.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, man, that was...
I think that was, I mean, I won't say that was a mistake on my behalf. I try to be open communication when I had events and shit going on, but, you know, the perspective of always having to be away, you know what I'm saying, like doing shit. I never really saw that perspective until a little later, but But yeah, that too. And even now, you know what I mean? Like, I have the same things now. I don't really have that because she never really went to stuff with me as far as events. She came like a couple of times. It was a time she came out, but for the most part, I kind of made the moves by myself. But I mean, I can see how that'd be effective. Like out having dinner or something. Somebody come up, hey bro, hey, what you think about this for the podcast?
Yeah, bro.
Hey bro, where you gonna drop that new hey bro,
when you gonna do this? When you perform?
You know, people don't
all that,
people don't respect boundaries, bro. I think as you continue to get bigger, bro, that's gonna be more the case, especially in town. So
right.
It's important to set that boundary. But yeah, people don't respect. No, they don't.
Nah,
bro.
man.
They don't. Bro. They come up to you whenever, bro. And say whatever and do whatever, and it's crazy.
They don't care if you out, and man, they don't care what
you
you
got. Okay, you with your son, here they come, bro.
But I was putting a career over everything though.
Yeah.
So, but it was just me, just like when I first started releasing music, I went viral like out the gate.
Yeah, for sure.
So it wasn't like
you had to adjust.
It wasn't like I was, how would I say it? It wasn't like I was trying to build up to go viral. It's just like once I dropped, like I instantly went viral.
Yeah.
So like,
it happened right away.
Automatically, people see your face and people see, hey man, you can't,
yeah.
Then I wouldn't necessarily say it's like jealousy, but it's just like, man, like it's constant. Like I know his career is more important to me. Well, that's what she thinking, but I mean, it's not.
She's a woman, man. You know what I mean? I think they definitely function off emotions.
Yeah.
And they function off of like safety. And I think, if they feel safe within that, with what you got going on, they cool with it. And I think if they feeling like the career is more than them, they don't necessarily feel safe.
Right.
So I can understand over time. Maybe at first you can kind of be like, damn, it just happened. But over time, I can feel like why she would kind of feel like that. But she's
because at one point I'm smoking hot. I'm smoking. But like you're saying, you got to have that open line of communication to say like, okay, this is what's going on. This is my plans.
Yeah, for sure.
And like it was probably I was thinking I was communicating with that with her, but it wasn't in a way that she could understand. Yeah, so it was
just like throw it in.
Yeah, I'm gonna just throw it in.
Yeah.
No.
I'm the same way. Just like kind of mention it, and then like the day comes and you ain't mentioned it in like 2 weeks or some shit. And then you said something like while you was bringing in the groceries or sometime with some shit going on, you're not really paying attention.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Communication is key.
Man, it's communication. But now
time.
that's my main thing. Like I don't do anything without communicating.
Yeah.
It just feel like if we in this for the long haul, I have to be in it like all the way around the board. Not 80, not 90, not 93, not 96. It got to be a whole 100 all the way in.
Bro.
That's the only way we gonna last for the long haul.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
Man, good talk, bro. Man, so I would consider you a Chattanooga OG at this point. You know what I mean? I think you still working, but I've done that with like Tut. I tell them the same shit. But I think if we look back over time and see what y'all niggas been doing, you know what I mean? Especially you've been putting in the work over time. You know what I'm saying? Like. When did you go viral? That was like, when was that?
2016.
I was about to say, I was thinking 15, honestly, but 16. It's 2023. You feel me? So you got stamped, bro. And Chattanooga's, I feel like musically, it's in a state that I don't know where it's going. You feel me?
Yeah, I already know. I already know exactly what you mean when you say that.
From your perspective, bruh, and I don't want to spend too much time on it because, but
man, we could talk about it.
From your perspective, what's up? What do you think is going on as far as the music scene here and where the trajectory of it
Oh man,
is
I
going?
say, man, from when I started, when I first made my introduction in 2016, it wasn't as many rappers.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
So I think it's a saturation. Like it's new rappers popping out every single day.
Yeah.
But I say the difference between and I put it like the generation I came up in with, like when that generation, like when we was like doing it, it's a whole different generation behind it. But I think our generation laid the foundation for it, set them up, this generation to leap and not only go viral but put them in get them the resources to get in the record labels' faces and make them take notice of what we doing. Cause our generation, you got like me, you got Tut, and man, it's a lot of people like Baby Mother,
Baby Mother for sure.
Quattro Cinco, like Tez D the Running Man. Man, it was a plethora of rappers. But I think more so what's affecting us more is just the substance is not there.
Well, why you think? Why do you think it's because Chattanooga is kind of losing its identity a little bit, or do you think it's like?
To be honest, I don't think we ever had an identity.
I feel that.
Because like when I was just sitting right here looking at when I was looking at the video on the screen, like I can automatically tell like they from LA.
Yeah, we don't have that.
But you can't look at a Chattanooga person and just be like, yeah, they got to be from Chattanooga. So I don't really think it's quite there, but I think it's just the industry as a whole, and people just looking for that microwave flow, like what's hot now. Versus like, okay, let's say like for instance, like my style of music is kind of more like on a conscious street gospel, or I don't really know how to describe my sound. I mean, because it constantly evolves. But so what helped me go viral is just because of my lane and what I jumped in wasn't nobody else doing it like at that time. So when I jumped out there, it was just kind of like I was just the fresh air, like nobody heard that sound before. But I think now everybody's jumping in one lane, and then it's just
flooding.
Collision. So I think now this generation, man, they most definitely got the resources to go viral, but I think more so people just got to find their sound.
For sure.
Instead of just going with, I want to sound like Sexy Red. I want to sound like Meg Thee Stallion. I want to sound like all the other Atlanta rappers and all that. So we had the resources. It's just all about the artists just really just tapping into their craft and seeing what like being true to self and see what really worked for them instead of what worked for everybody. What they think is going to work for everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Iggy. Y'all tuned into Iggy's Loudmouth podcast right now. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see next week. I'll see y'all next week. Peace. So, I haven't talked about the album yet. Or did you call it an EP or album?
Man, it's just an EP.
EP. Okay, all right. Introvert.
Yeah.
So, talk about the process, like where you were when you started working on it. What made you want to make it an EP, and just like the song selection, the features, and all that. You know
Right. So man, I released that on November 6th.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
So man, I'm gonna just put it like in simple terms. So I haven't released any music since like the end of 2019.
Yeah, I was about to say it had been a minute.
So that's like after I dropped the project, I was putting together a mini tour, but then right when that happened, that's when COVID hit.
happened. Yeah.
So I was able to make a little movement during COVID, but then that's when life just started to hit me. Like, kind of like my mom, she had a stroke. Her and my stepdad, they separated after 30 years. And without me knowing, all that did play a big, all that had a big influence on me. And it just kind of like, I just had to find myself, or I had to find myself again, not just an artist, but as a man, like because before then, that's all I ever knew. That's all I ever known. So it's just like, man, during that time period, it was just like, man, I was lost, just trying to figure out my way through life. And then it's kind of like how I've stumbled across to say like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and get married. It's just like, man, I was just confused and lost and just didn't know which direction. I was pretty much just ready to crash out. So so this was November 6th when I released it. So get this, so it's November 4th. I woke up that morning and just was like, it's time for me to put out some music. It was just like that.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm gonna call it Introvert. I had just took some pictures like 3 days before with D-Wick.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey, put a parental advisory sign on this at the bottom. I'm about to upload this to Disco Kid. I'm going to just go through my file, pick 5 songs, and we're going to do it like that.
Yeah, for sure.
It was just basically just that simple.
Yeah.
It was just like, man, I had spent so much time that done passed by, and it just kind of seemed like for me to be, people to say I'm as important as I am or whatever, it just felt like people just kind of forgot like that I existed. So that's pretty much is all that was. I was just like, man, I just want to put out some music. That's it.
So just put it out.
Yeah, so
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
I just went through my my hard drive. I just picked 5 songs to kind of go up, to correlate like with the introvert thing, and that's pretty much how it went.
Yeah, okay. Respect.
So it started November 4th, and it was out by November 6th.
Hell yeah. Respect. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, I like the songs that you picked, man. I feel like they did fit the theme of the introvert.
Yeah. So, I think the 4 is 5 songs.
Yeah,
4 of those songs is at least probably 5 years old.
Yeah, okay.
The only one that I recorded recently is the Legend of Spook Williams.
Yeah.
That's the first track.
The first song, yeah.
So I just kind of just want to get back in the feel of it. Like, okay, now I done jumped the broom. I done had a child. Okay, so people want to know like what I've been up to. Like it ain't just like I just got lazy and just stopped music. Like life just started whooping my ass. I'm just to be honest with you. But I just wanted to show people like I can still prosper through that. And after all I've been through in these last 2 years, I can still please the people and give them what they want.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So.
Hell yeah. You gonna be performing anything live? You looking at doing anything at the top of the year?
Oh yeah, man.
It sounds like you're ready, bro.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm feeling that energy.
I'm most definitely ready.
Yeah.
So that was unreleased music that I had. So since then, I've been recording a ton of new music.
Okay.
So I'm looking like to put out another project probably at the top of the year. It's just all about, I'm just looking for the feel and what's important to me and what I think the people are fuck with. So yeah, I'm most definitely ready. And towards like performing, it just, I want to just give people an experience. I kind of want to implement a live band.
Yeah.
I want to just kind of just do something different like this. What people was what they used to seeing me do.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things I was gonna say about the direction as far as the Chattanooga Artist here is performing. I feel like there's a big gap. I think when we were like doing our shit, we were making sure we were performing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not to say there was probably more flexibility with venues, but there's still venues now that you can kind of book or do. But you don't really see it as much. You don't really see the camaraderie.
Yeah.
You don't really see the effort to be a good performer. You don't really see like, because I remember, it'd be almost every weekend you'd be doing a show or Tut would be doing a show, or Quasha would be doing a show. You see Baby Mother, you see Kendora, you see like all these artists doing different shows every weekend. We try to get on I get on a set list, or you get on my set list, or we both on somebody else's set list.
Right.
And you don't really see that no more. Or if you do, it's the same people that's been doing it. It's not like the new artists. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think hopefully next year, it's been a minute since I've seen you on stage, bro. I think it'd be time. I think there's some other artists that I feel like.
See, man, I tell you with me, man, I just kind of hit an identity crisis.
Yeah,
that's pretty much the best way to sum it up.
I feel that. Hey, bro, I feel that.
I hit a fucking identity crisis,
bro.
man.
That's reality, bro.
And that's what kind of just stirred me to make me back away from the music, because outside the music, I didn't have anything else but that.
But that, yeah.
And it's just like, okay, every time people see me out, they always saw my mom and they always saw my stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was just kind of like, it was just, that all go hand in hand.
Hand in hand, yeah. When that changes, that like changes you too.
And then just, not from a career standpoint, but then as a son and a man, it's just like the energy, it's different. Mm-hmm. And you're like, man, so what I wanna talk about now? What do I have to talk about? What else do I have to bring outside of what I've had? Mm-hmm. And that's a battle that I fought with. So when that was taken away, well, not necessarily taken away, because I still have both of them in my life. Like, I still talk to them every single day. Mm-hmm. But I had to find a void to something to make up for that. Mm-hmm. And then not knowing, like, my son, that's the perfect thing. So when you see me performing, it's a change. You're probably gonna see my son running out on stage, because now he's getting at the age where he's starting to like music. And I think, not to say, because it's kind of too early to call, but I think he probably gonna want to dip and dab in the music. So what other person to learn it from than your pops?
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah,
absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Yeah, Zion's into music heavy, bro. And it's funny because he's such a sweetheart, but the music he like, we like thumping.
Yeah.
I be like, dog. He just be cracking me up, man. But yeah, I think he wanted to play. He told me the other day he want to start learning how to play the drums, and so yeah, he, it's cool to see the kids like.
I say, man, just start them early.
Absolutely, bro.
Start them early, so they give them time to have them hiccups and bumps and bruises, get that on out the way early.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Do you think like fatherhood is gonna change you as an artist?
Oh, man, I already have.
Yeah. Are you putting
it's
that
just
into the music sound?
kind of like my subject matter. I never just had a crazy, just talking crazy on a song. It's just always been a positive, uplifting, or just kind of like some street talk, but just like but showing like different sides of the street. Mm-hmm. And so just with fatherhood, it's just, I'm just looking at it different, like as in a form of just kind of just caring about what I say and how I present it to the world. Cause I know, like, once he start getting early, he gonna want to really tap into what I'm doing. Cause I already know, like, once you get older, when you start getting out, they were like, oh man, you KB son and all that, and I don't want him to feel like he gotta
live up to you.
Yeah, he don't have to live up to me. I'm like, I just want him to be his own man, his own person. And yeah, man, I just want him to be great.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever he decide to do, I support it 1,000%.
I'm right there with you, bro. Zion's been getting a little icky.
Yeah.
Keep people calling, oh, it's a little Iggy. And so we got a couple podcast episodes we've done, bro. I just ain't released them yet. But
yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad you said that, because even hearing me say him getting called E, like I remember when he got called that. I don't have the perspective of the son expectations. We all try to live up to our dads. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, I want to be more conscious of that with him. Make sure he feel like he gotta match me. Because honestly, we're alike, but we're different. A lot of the things he likes, I didn't like as a kid. I was not. He's in the cars heavy. I'm not in the cars. I was never in the cars, and he's like, he knows them like, he knows them like crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like so like, there's things that we like and we don't like, and that's part of love, like we talked about before, as far as learning how to love somebody as they are. And having kids really teaches you that.
It teaches that like no other.
Because you don't get to choose, you don't get to choose your kids. You know what I'm saying? You have to kind of love them as they grow, and
Facts.
That's part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Big facts.
So, well, bruh, man, this was a good episode, bruh.
Man, always, bro.
I think we should do something more consistently, bruh.
Yeah, man, you can bring me on. We Vlad and
KB's
Boosie,
Corner
man.
or some shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? KB's Corner or some shit. We can do a little check-in and
man,
vibe like that,
check-in
bruh.
because I'm about to get real active, man. I'm just at the point I'm just trying to see how I'm gonna present it to the world.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to just throw something out just loosely. Well, I don't care about it being loosely, but something like it don't have a plan behind it. Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? From 2000, it's been almost, from 2016 to now, it's been almost 8 years. I just want people to see the growth, not just an artist, but as a man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say musically for me, I just started getting back writing, but it's different now for me. Like
different.
My perspective, that's about like how you are when as you're getting married. I'm getting out, so now my whole perspective of life is like
he outside
changing. Yeah, yes sir. So like it's like changing, and then also like now I'm been a dad for going on 7 years now. You know what I mean? I'm starting to feel it for real. Like it's official. It ain't no newborn shit. You know what I mean? So like having to make decisions and life decisions based off of him, and so all of that's kind of like starting to incorporate into the music, and I'm trying to make sure that's what I'm delivering now, and not the shit I was delivering in 2016, 17, because that's just not where I'm at. I've been doing a podcast for a long time. I got that perspective now too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's where I'm at musically. I know I get asked. It's crazy because I always be like, I be so focused on the podcast. I'm doing shit with the podcast, and it seems like pretty consistent. I get asked about my music, and it's just like, all right. So I'm definitely something's telling me it's time. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting constantly reminders of that. So
I think my thing is, man, just when I hear that from people, and just be like, okay, now, like once I put this music out, you gonna support it.
Yeah.
You don't just say this because you just seen me out somewhere.
Yeah. Where's the new exactly. Yeah. True. People do just say that, but I think I look at it like that, but I also look at it from my place of like, all right, it needs something.
It's therapeutic, man.
Yeah, something in the air, especially when it's coming from like different places throughout. Like, I'll meet somebody, I'll see somebody like in a grocery store, you know what I mean? Or like I'll see somebody at Exile, or see somebody throughout the month, and they all kind of say that. Mm-hmm. It could be that, but I'm like, all right, man, let's see what I can start working on. I just got a nice little beat package from a producer I'm working with out of Atlanta, so see what we can do with that.
Yeah, I'm just making music for myself, really.
I feel that, bro. That's how you should be doing it anyway. You know what I'm saying? From the start. If you like it.
I was just trying to unite the people.
Nah. Hey, I'm going to tell you. I tried that.
Man.
That shit don't work.
Nah, man.
That shit don't work. People, hey, listen, it's not our job to unite. Man, I can
not,
give y'all
man.
love.
It's not, man.
Man, I done tried that, and it's very disappointing.
That was my main goal, man. Just coming out, just like, man, I can be the one that really changed some shit.
Yeah.
Well, that should have changed you.
Yeah, trying to do that. Yeah, absolutely. we learned that the hard way throughout the years. But I feel you, bro, because I was on that, especially in my mid-20s. I was like, bro, we gotta unite. We gotta make sure
unite the people,
let's
do it.
let's do it. Let's stay. And bro, people they're gonna be who they are. You can only focus on who's in your life.
Man, focus on your life and the ones that's in your household.
Yeah,
Start
who
with
loves
them
you.
first.
Yeah, and then you can go from there. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I was trying to save the world, but my household's fucked up, man.
Yeah, fucked up. Yeah, and you know that's the thing about when you're like I guess when your purpose is aligned in that. I think you still have that purpose. I think it's
It's just finding different ways to go about it.
Yeah, exactly. So like I think your purpose is aligned in that. You can get lost in that and lose like sight of the people that love you in your life or your family, your friends, and people that's and I learned that. That's why when you say like people that you thought that was there, remember, it's so many people that's fallen out of my life in the past couple of years where it's like my circle's so small now. You know, it's only a certain amount of people I stay in constant contact with. People, you know, I'm consistently hang out with that come over to my crib. It's all of that. It's like very like boundary wise, and it didn't used to be like that, but now it's like, I mean, I have to focus on myself and who I love around me. You know what I mean? So like, I can't.
That's most important.
That's the most important. If you lose that, then you're losing it. You're losing it. You know what I mean? Period.
I'm like, man, what's the point of making it? But then the people you're doing it for if they not around to doing it, then what's the purpose?
It was for you then.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's for me.
Exactly. So yeah, well, good conversation, bro. Appreciate you hopping on, man.
I'm coming back. Man.
Yeah, you coming back?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Man.
This ain't it. You know, I'm getting active too, bro. I'm just not really. Probably this year is the first year I really started.
Man, we ain't collabed in almost 7 years.
Y'all heard that?
Let's do it.
I heard that. All right, man. Make sure y'all tune in. Iggy's Loudmouth podcast. KB, you want to tell them where to get you at, where to follow you and all that shit?
Man, you can follow me on all social media at _KELVINOWAY. That's Kelvino Way. Or you can find me on all streaming platforms, KB Brown, but make sure you type in KAYB, not just KB Brown. Because if you type in KB, it's going to be this African guy with some glasses that pop up. So make sure you type in KAYB.
Yeah, I heard it there.
KAYB Brown.
Damn. That's funny. All right, man. See y'all next time. Tune out. Peace.
We out.